Good Tuesday morning. Well, I've had a nice little fire going, warming up the house, but it's time that I leave and go Walmarting. I have the girlies already out in the car. The car's warming up, and I had to come in to get my camera, to get a blanket for Ellie. She's in the back. And I'm not going to take any gloves because my car is going to be warm. But anyway, I'm all winter looking. I've got my Helly Hansen's fleece jacket, as you can tell. And I have on my Uggs with some leggings. And that's about it for me. So onward we go out to the car. And what is that? Lucy is sitting on Chloe, and when I come to a stop, Chloe wants to get up to see what's going on, so then that lifts Lucy up. Well, I really didn't get to do any filming while I was at Walmart or even coming here, because coming here I had people that were like tailgating me pretty close, and I don't want to, be talking on a camera and people, they see me talking on the camera while I'm driving and think that I'm strange. And then inside the store, this Super Walmart is like backwards from the Super Walmart that I shop at all the time. They just turned this Walmart into a Super Walmart. And so like everything's really different from how it used to be. But my son tells me that they designed all the Super Walmarts where they're all supposed to be the same, but they're not all the same. And one thing that I found very bizarre, I'm looking for more matzah, and I can't find any. And it's not in the international foods aisle, like where they had the Asian foods and Hispanic foods. That's where you find it at the other Walmarts. So I stop a guy over, I was over now at the refrigerator section, and I'm asking this person, where is the kosher aisle? And he says, I don't think we have a kosher aisle. I said, it's not a whole aisle designed for kosher, but you have a section, and it's usually where the Hispanic foods are and the Asian foods. And he says, I don't think we have one of those here. And I'm thinking to myself, how can you not have one here? And he even says, it depends on the ratio. The reason why the one where I shop probably carries it, because more Jewish people are over that way. You know what? There's actually more Jewish people out this way, yet they have no kosher foods. Very bizarre. So while I was at Walmart, I had to call Adam to ask him if he'd bring some matzah home. So anyway, now I'm on my way home. I had to get a few things because we've got this storm moving in tomorrow night, and then it's supposed to snow all day Thursday, and I think it's supposed to clear out by like 1 o'clock in the morning Friday. So I like to know how all of this is going to work out, because the appliance people are supposed to be delivering the appliances tomorrow. Now, since the snow's not supposed to start till tomorrow night at 10 o'clock, they should be able to bring my appliances. But the installers for the microwave cannot be here until Thursday. Well, it's supposed to be snowing. Snow and ice, and we can get up to, I think, 8 inches of snow and a 1/4 inch of ice. So I seriously doubt that the microwave installers will be out on Thursday. And considering that it's not all going to be said and done with until the wee hours of Friday, I think they'll probably use the excuse that the roads are bad, and they won't come out on Friday either, which means I have to wait yet another week for my microwave. This traffic is getting really heavy on this road here. That's a golf course over there. But yeah, it's getting like really busy out this way, and it's busy behind me. So I don't know what's going on. Everybody's on the road all of a sudden. in the front seat. Whenever I go somewhere, she starts out in the back seat. But then, when I get out of my vehicle to go into wherever I'm going, I come back out, she's always right here. And I just leave her here because it's hard to get her back into the back seat. I have to actually get her back out of the car and put her in the back. But she lays here pretty nice. So, and I'm always a very careful driver, even when I'm holding a camera. So, no worries about that. I didn't show the temperature outside. It's 18 degrees. Well, we're almost home. Right, Chloe? And Lucy's sitting back there like a good girl. And Ellie's sitting back there like a good girl. And my light's green. So, oh, look at that tree. What a mess. So, we could definitely have a repeat of the storm we had last week. And I think a lot of people are fearing that. So, yeah, that's not going to be good at all. My driveway still has some snow on it. We didn't get it up because, you know, it was just that, 2 inches of snow. But I don't know if I should send Brian out there later to try to get as much off of the driveway as possible. Just so that what's there won't freeze tonight, putting an initial layer of ice already, and then whatever is going to happen. So, and I have a doctor appointment this week too. In addition to liking cardinals and other birds, because we have all kinds of birds around our house, we like owls too. And we have owls that hang out about our house. We'll start seeing those pretty soon. But anyway, I bought some, this is a vase, and I just bought some like little pussy willows, which I had to bend up a little bit. And I've got this, it looks like ivy. And then these are, they look like, what are those Easter lily type flowers, daylilies, whatever. So I'm going to get these in there to make a new little centerpiece for over there at the table, our coffee table. It's going to be time to put that little winter one that I made when I was doing all those lights. And I'm going to have to take those vases downstairs and put those away here pretty soon too. So anyhow, I'm going to get this put together. Okay, so something that I am looking at that I don't like. First of all, Walmart sometimes will get in really nice silk flowers, but that Walmart over there, their silk flowers look really fake, and I don't like that. These looked pretty real, but the thing that I didn't like about it, and I really don't like about it, you know, being in this vase, these that are supposed to look like buds, they're obviously they're plastic, because you know how the new buds, they'll be kind of shiny. So I'm sure that that's why they made them like this, but they look really, really fake. So I'm going to snip all of those off of there. Yeah, those just really looked cheesy. And I had to snip part of the stem back down too, so that that wasn't sticking up. These little ones that are darker green, those don't look too terribly bad. And depending on after I get the ivy tucked in there, I might even snip some of these leaves off too. Oh, okay, so we're going to, here, I don't want to disturb it. We're going to change that out with this one. And I'm going to wait until I go over to Honeysuckle Trail, that little country store, which I might try to go there maybe tomorrow, if not tomorrow, here pretty soon. But anyway, I'll get something to put next to that. But anyway, so there we go. There's our little owl. Harry will like that. And then I need to get these and those two over there and the one in the living room. I need to get those put away downstairs. Okay, and so what I'm doing with these, to keep the dust off, I'm just covering them with little grocery bags. And then I had 2 of them. Remember that I had nice dishes that I put them in. And until, you know, maybe next season, I'll try to find something that's more permanent so I can glue this together like I did the other ones. But in the meantime, like I said, I would just store them. So I wrote on both of them January centerpieces, and I used my Christmas one so I would know that this was for holidays. And I stuck all the different pieces in there, and the snow I put obviously in a separate Ziploc bag so that it would not go everywhere, and I can put it together easily next year. So just tuck that in there. Squeeze out as much air as possible. And there we have it. So just tuck that in there. And I've got to go get the other one, get that in here, and then I can go take this downstairs. And Harry loved this. He came in and he guessed it was a nutcracker, I guess, by just looking at her nose and the way her face was. And he said, "That's really cool. It's really original." So he liked it. So anyhow, because that is Christmas, I need to go find a place for her when I take this downstairs too. The girlies are eating outside. It's like a picnic today because it's nice and sunny. Actually, they're out here because my floors are clean and I don't want to have to mop my floors again. But I've got the deck all scraped, and I was able to get a lot of this where we've had it all piled up. And we're all ready for the snowstorm that's coming. I restocked wood. I got a lot of wood, but whatever we use in the house today, and if we have to go back out here like tomorrow to get more, I'll go get another wheelbarrow full and just stay stocked up, because on Thursday and more than likely Friday, I won't be going out there to get wood because it'll be snowing and doing the icy rain, whatever it's doing on Thursday, all day Thursday. And then Friday, it's supposed to stop early Friday morning, but it'll be gross outside, and I'm sure I'm going to have to go out there and shovel and do some stuff. So yeah, I need to stay stocked up for a couple days. So I just put a roast chicken in my oven, and hopefully today is the last day I have to use my oven, because Lowe's has called me several times today reassuring me I'm supposed to get my stove tomorrow. So like I said, my microwave is coming tomorrow too, but I won't have that installed yet. But at least if I have my oven, that will be nice. So what am I doing? I think I'm going to, it's 10 to 3, I'm going to vacuum. That's the last thing I have to do. I dusted, I cleaned my bathroom down here. I ran to Walmart. I emptied the cat litter out of the, you know, the cat litter box thing, refilled with fresh litter, and just, you know, did this and that stuff. Went out and got more wood. So now I just need to vacuum. Oh, I dusted some furniture, and I need to clean this up, get the girlies in here, and then that's what I'll do. I'll vacuum and go get my bath. So while I was vacuuming, I was thinking about our little owl here, and I got to tell you guys a funny story. I've shared this once before on video, but it was so long ago. I don't even know if I still have that video anymore that I had shared that. What had happened when we lived in Chicago. I remember not long after we moved there, one of my neighbors was telling us, she says, "Now, if you guys hear any kind of like a sound where it sounds like your house is haunted," she said, "I'm just going to let you guys know that it's owls doing it. We were at, my neighbor was having like a home interior party because one of the neighbors sold home interior. And so we were at this one neighbor's house that lived up the corner from my house. It was probably about 6 houses up. Anyhow, she was telling us about this owl. And she says the owls, they're all over around here, and they, perch up on your house, on the, the peaks. We have those Victorian houses. I showed you a picture of it. And she says they even get up into the chimney, and they start, making their cooing sounds. And they don't always do hoo hoo. Sometimes they make like these other sounds, owl sounds, okay? And she says, yeah, it happened to us. It was like, really early in the morning before we got up, and we heard this sound. It sounded like ghosts were in our house. And my husband went outside and looked, and it was owls. Her husband was a firefighter. And so anyhow, it happened to us. It was probably a couple years after we had moved in, and I actually kind of forgot about her telling this story. And I was awakened out of sleep. It was like about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I heard this, because that's what it does. It's not like a typical hoo hoo that most people think. It's a like that. And anyhow, because when they do it down your chimney, it kind of creates, I think it does the same thing, almost like an echoey sound, because it's coming down your chimney, okay? And then out of your fireplace, and you can actually hear them, and it's really loud, because we heard it up on the second floor. I heard it, I should say. So it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and I hear this sound that I had not heard before, and it does sound like ghosts are in your house, like, like something you'd see off of a movie, like ghost sounds. And I jumped up out of bed, and I'm sitting in bed, and I'm listening really hard, and I could hear it again, and I was like, what is that? And I was like, oh, it sounds like ghosts are in the house. And it was kind of a little scary. And then I started hearing it again, and I thought, I got to go investigate this. I got to go see what this is, because I completely forgot what the neighbor had said about this a couple years earlier. So I come, out of the bedroom. I'm going over to the staircase. I'm standing at the staircase. You know how you'll do, like, you just want to make sure, And I started hearing again. So I came down the stairs, and I'm walking around, like, downstairs, and I started hearing it again. And then I could hear it coming from over by the fireplace. And I was like, oh, I remember Cheryl told me that owls get up there and they make that sound. And it sounds like ghosts are in your house. So anyway, I didn't go outside because we had our alarm set and everything. And I didn't want to, like, go to turn it off because you hear the beep, 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 beep. And I didn't want, like, Harry to wake up or anything. So anyhow, I don't know if I told Harry about it or not. I might have, but it was probably something he just never paid attention to, because then it was sometime later. I don't know, like a year later or whatever it was. But, considerable amount of time had passed. And this time we were sitting in the family room, and it was probably like 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night. And the kids were up in their rooms, and that Harry and I were sitting downstairs watching TV. And all of a sudden, you could hear, oh, oh, like that, doing the sounds, but they keep doing it, they repeat it over and over. And Harry was laying on the couch, and he turned over and he looked at me with his eyes real wide, his eyebrows were raised really high, and he goes, what is that? And I looked at him, and I was trying really hard to keep a straight face, and I did really good because I played really stupid. I go, what? He goes, did you hear that? And I said, well, wasn't it coming from the movie? And he goes, no, that wasn't coming from the movie. I said, are you sure you heard something? Are you sure it wasn't on the movie? And all of a sudden, it did it again. And I had to really try hard at keeping a straight face. And I did. I don't even know how I did it because I wanted to laugh so bad. And he looks over at me again. He's like freaked out. And he's like, "You don't hear that?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I hear something now. Are you sure you're going to rule out the movie? It's not coming." He's like, "Sandy, that's not coming from the movie. It's like, you can hear it. It's right around in here." Because we were sitting in the family room. You've seen pictures of our family room. We had the fireplace. And he's motioning around the family room. He's like, "It's right around here. You don't hear it?" And I said, "Well, I hear something." I said, "It kind of sounds like ghosts. I don't know. Maybe we have spooks in the house." And you should have seen Harry's face. He started to get like really nervous, and he's like, "Why would we have spooks in our house? We didn't buy an old house. We built this house." You know, because you hear like old houses sometimes will have strange happenings and stuff in there. Anyway, I played him for a good little while yet, while the owls were still doing that. But I wanted to make sure that I stopped it in plenty enough time, because when I had realized it, that last time that it happened to me, you know, it kind of stopped afterwards, because the owls, they will stop eventually. So anyway, I let it go like a couple more times. And then I told him, I said, "Oh, you know what that is? I bet you that's owls. They hoo down the chimney." And he's like, "That doesn't sound like owls." I said, "Well, how do you know what owls sound like?" He goes, "Because owls, they go hoo, hoo." I said, "Well, yeah, they'll make that sound too, but they don't just do that. That's not like the only thing that they can do. Just like when dogs bark, it's not the same kind of bark. You know, they bark differently." I said, "No," I said, "it's owls. Remember, Cheryl and Rick told us that they had owls that did that. It's probably owls." So he goes, "Well, I'm going to go outside and look." And sure enough, he went outside before the owls left, and there were 2 owls. And they were on top of our chimney. And so, anyway, one time I was out, I think I was out taking a walk in the neighborhood. And it was in the gloaming. You know what gloaming is? Gloaming is, especially like in the autumn, like right at the sunset, like right when it's right getting ready to be dusk. It's like the last few moments of daytime turning into the evening, and the sky's always so pretty and usually has all those like amber colors and everything. That's called gloaming. So anyhow, I was walking home, and it was right at gloaming. It was just getting ready to the daytime to say hello evening. And I looked up at my house, because I was coming close to my house, and I looked, and perched up on those Victorian peaks, those turrets or whatever they're called that we have, there were 2 owls sitting there. And I think the owls, most people, when they'd see them in our neighborhood, you'd see them sometimes by themselves. I'd see them once in a while by themselves, but a lot of times they hung out in pairs. I don't know if it's a certain kind of owl that hangs out in pairs, because I thought most owls are loners or whatever. So anyway, but I'm going to leave you with that story. I was thinking about that while I was vacuuming. I got to go upstairs now and get to my bath so I can come down and peel my potatoes. I'm making mashed potatoes with my roast chicken. But I was thinking about that, and I thought that will be a fun story to leave you guys with. And so Harry, when he comes home and he goes in the family room to sit and eat his dinner, he will look over, he'll see the owl, and he'll be very happy that I bought it. Because we like owls, just like we like cardinals. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.